What's goody, what's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today we are just buttoning up little things on the anti-roo, and I'm about to go over to Home Depot so I can get this threaded rod that I said I had to get. So we're gonna try to go to Home Depot and get that. I'm gonna have you guys come with me. Right now, like I said, we're trying to fix that that fuel pump situation. So I think I have to wire it to the fuel control module. I can't wire it directly to the pump, so I think that's where the big miscommunication is happening. Also, I did have one of the K24 240 guys tell me that when you buy the conversion harness from K24, that when you don't ground it, the relays, that it does that. So what I'm probably gonna do is go in there and chop the grounds to the relays and ground them to the chassis instead of having the harness do it, because there's no actual like ground on the harness, and I didn't notice that until they said that. So I'm gonna try that as well. I'm gonna check, make sure the pin's in the right fuel pump pin. Check that as well. We gotta try to knock that out today. Try to get this fuel working for this thing. Once the fuel works, then this thing's ready to fire. We'll have to just make sure we have spark. But other than that, this thing will be ready to fire once the fuel works. But like I said, we got a couple things we got to do. So let's go to Home Depot and get this threaded rod. And we'll probably go get some radiator hoses as well today. But we'll see how I feel after that. So let's go get this threaded rod.
Get it back. Got the ball, on pass, till I'm gone. I can laugh when I'm on. I'm not a prophet, I'm getting profits. This is that God shit. You wanna be flossing, then you cannot trip off your losses. Young bullshit, might spend the whole bag on my baby.
Damn. Let's hold on. It's fucking long as shit. Alright, we finally made it in the store, guys. So we'll look for threaded rod. Hopefully they have it, because that line was so illmatic. I kid you not. That line was long, but I think I spent like 40 minutes in that line. So I just waited 40 minutes in that line for them to tell me that they didn't have it. So probably gonna go to a dealer, he said. But we're looking for a space heater for the garage because it's starting to get cold. Let's see if we can find that. So I don't need nothing crazy, but I do need something good, you know, something at least a decent size. So this one's for sale, $69.99. So I might get that one. I need something big enough to warm my garage at least. It's $50 with little wheels on it. I think I made my decision. We might go with that one because it's $69 from $109 normally. So we might just go with that one. Let me grab this down and we'll go to the car. All right, guys. So we're back at the house. We got a little space heater. I don't know if it's gonna do the work, but so far it feels pretty good. So we'll see if it does a good job, you know. If not, we're gonna return it and get something bigger. But right now we're just trying to let this garage heat up. It's 59 degrees, as you can see. But we're about to start working on this so we can try to figure out the fuel problem issue. So we got the car to turnkey. We let's see what else we do. We got the car to turnkey. Starter works. We gotta try to get in the back of the fuel control module. Try to see if that has anything to do why the fuel pump's not priming. So right now, I'm basically just about to roll the car forward so I can get in the trunk. So as I've been sitting here, literally looking at wiring diagrams, one of my buddy, Cal Doge, he works for All Wheel Performance. He messaged me and tells me, he's like, hey, he's like, yeah, I messaged him and asked him, hey, do you happen to have a fuel pump control module wire diagram? He tells me, no, what do I need help with? Because he's been working on these things forever, so he knows literally every wire almost. So I told him what my situation, that I can't get it to prime. He literally tells me, he's like, oh, did you ground out the pump? So I'm sitting there like, what? And he's like, yeah, you have to ground out the pump as well because it's not running on the stock harness anymore. So I was like, oh, that was the problem the whole time. So I sat here for like probably a good hour with this heater, trying to get this heater to heat this garage, but I might return this thing because it ain't heating shit. So yeah, because I try to get this thing to work. So he told me, yeah, did I ground out the pump as well? I told him no. So he's like, yeah, there's your problem. You have to ground out the pump as well. It made me feel like a complete idiot because I forgot that I had to ground out the pump because I'm not using the stock harness. I'm using a Honda. So I was like, okay. So right now I'm about to ground out the pump, and then we're going to turn the key on, see if the pump primes when the signal hits the pump. So that's probably all we're missing is just a good ground on the pump. So I'm going to do that real quick, solder all that, make sure everything's working real good with that. And then I'll let you guys know after I get done with this. So let me do this because I need both my hands, and I'll come right back. As you can see, this black one needs to be cut and grounded just like this relay. So we have this white wire running all the way from the Honda, which is going to control the pump coming on and off. This is a hardwire kit from the regular Subi. That's what all that is. It was already in the car. Well, I put it in the car when I bought the car, but it was in the car when I did the swap. So now we have to ground out this black wire so the pump can continuously get power. So we're going to ground out that black wire, and hopefully when I turn the key on, it should prime for 5 seconds, because that's what I have the Honda set to. Oh no, actually I have it set for 4 seconds. I switched it after, well, I haven't reconnected it. So hopefully we ground out that black wire right there and it fixes all the problems. So hopefully, we'll see right now. Got it to the ground, and it's hooked up to the ground wire. So I'm gonna go turn the key on, see if it works real quick. Let's see if we, oh wait, the negative's off. I was about to say, pulled the negative off the battery to wire that pump, so put that back on. All right, now let's see if it works. If this works, this is literally the last thing we need, so here we go, fingers crossed. Oh, I think so. The fuel pump comes on. Fuel pump comes on, but I think we hooked up our pump to the wrong one. So I think the top one is for return and the bottom one is for fuel pump. Kyle told me the bottom one was for return. So we got E85 all on my floor. But the fuel pump works. I'm happy to say the fuel works, the starter works. Now all we need is all the stuff in mail, and all this stuff will be working. So I'm happy that works. I got E85 all on my floor, but hey, I'm still happy to have E85 on my floor because that means the pump is actually working. I'm about to text Kyle and cuss him out for telling me that it was the other way around when it wasn't. But we are one step closer to getting this car firing. As you can see, I had put the fuel into this thinking that, okay, you know, the fuel's gonna just dump out here. It won't get all on my floor, but you know, it happened anyway. But we do have fuel, you guys. The fuel pump is working. It primed. If that wouldn't have spilt, I would have tried to see if it was gonna prime for the 4 seconds that I set it to. But it's fine. I'm gonna try to go get a Walbro for 450 to try to throw in there, or I'll probably get a Walbro 540. I think that's the LPH for it. Whew, that gas smell is getting to me. But I'm gonna try to get one of those to try to throw that in the car as well. But everything works, guys. So hey, man, we almost here, man. So once all this stuff comes in the mail, we'll be able to get this car on the road officially. The car rolls. The reason I know the car rolls is because when I first plugged up the starter, I had turnkeyed it when it was in first gear, and the car actually like jumped forward. So that tells me that the starter works, but I have to figure out a way how to wire it in where I have to push in the clutch to start the car instead of it just being turnkey, because I feel like somebody could steal the car that way. But we'll figure that out. Right now, like, the car rolls. I know for a fact it hooked and it rolled forward. If my foot wasn't on the brake, it would have probably ran straight into this wall right here. So everything's working. There's oil in the car. We need coolant. I need to get my radiator fan to go here. I need radiator hoses. I need a belt, and then I need the cap for the radiator, and this thing will be able to roll. So right now I'm about to rewire my knock sensor. Got to rewire this so it can be a K24 knock sensor, not a K20. And that's literally it for the wiring. And I should be able to throw on my K-Tune water adapter now, though, because we just had to get the hose for this. That's the only reason why it wasn't on the car. But now we got the hose for it. I'll be able to throw this on and put the bolt in it and have that ready to rock. And then all we have to do is, like I said, port match this thing when the throttle body comes on Wednesday. I gotta port match it, and then I'll be able to throw that on. And oh no, we still gotta extend the throttle body wires. I forgot all about that. The only reason I haven't did it because I don't know how far it's supposed to be for this thing. So we still gotta do that, but literally that's real easy. Wiring is like so easy to me. It's just reading a wiring diagram is like the hardest part, but everything else is so easy. So literally everything is plugged up. We do need an IAT sensor, because I guess with this intake manifold, there's not one on the intake manifold. So I'm gonna try to go buy one to put on the throttle body. That way it can read the idle air temp, or the air temp. I don't know what that fucking means, but try to read one of those. But we're here, guys. We have fuel. We have fuel. So we're all good. I'm gonna text my buddy to thank him for helping me. Kyle Doge, big shout out to him. Thank you for helping me with that. He's literally been helping me since I bought this Subaru. Like, he knows everything about this Subaru. Big shout out to Nico too, because he knows everything about this Subaru too. So they've been dealing with me, asking them questions, bugging them on their days off about everything, and they really been helping me. So big shout out to them. They don't know anything about this Honda motor though. Well, they kind of do, but they don't know that much. But big shout out to Josh for helping me with the Honda motor. He's really been helpful with that. And then, man, it's crazy, man. I'm getting kind of shaky because I know I'm about to get this thing running within a week. So big shout out to Lowe's for the heater that didn't work. Big shout out to them too. Yeah, thank you. This little ass heater, man, this shit don't work. So yeah, guys, so I'm gonna go solder all that fuel pump stuff in, solder it all in, get it all buttoned up, clean it up, and then I'm gonna try to get a push lock fitting for this, like I did with the top one. I'm gonna try to get a push lock fitting, that way we won't be spilling fuel everywhere. I thought the top one was the fuel feed, which it wasn't. So they might have got it backwards. So now I have to just do a little bit, man. You guys been with me this whole journey. I thank y'all. Hey, man, one thing I do want to say, if y'all want to know when I drop a video, hit that bell notification, man. Y'all been rocking with me this long, I ain't got y'all bell notification on. You wrong, man. Hit that bell notification, and hey, man, it'll let you know when I drop all the heat. So just hit that bell notification. You got it for life. I promise you. Just hit that bell notification. But I catch y'all. Peace.